and then I can end this one. How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Shaun Attwood channel. I'm Ron Swanson, and today we are back to talk about the sad assassination of Charlie Kirk. I will be opening up the panel for anyone who wants to come and get their thoughts across. Is it this one? One second, everybody. All right. All right. So I'll be honest, today has been dominated by Charlie Kirk updates. And it was quite an emotional day because there were so many tributes to his wife and his kids, and the reach and level that this man's voice could carry. He was heard around the world and resonated with so many people, and resonated with people who may not even have anything in common with Charlie's beliefs, but the respect for debate and discussion, that's what he stood for. You know, he once said that when we stop talking, that's when violence happens. And it's so true. But like every great story in America, every great American story, right? We had an old man be dragged out of the place with his trousers down, and that was apparently the shooter. The police who were arresting him did say, we don't know if it's him. Okay, I heard them say that. But you have to sort of say to yourself how quickly mainstream media outlets jumped on him being the shooter. Now, George Hodgson Zinn, the man arrested after Charlie Kirk shooting, is report. Hang on a second. Can I just give me 1 second, please? Can we get an awesome picture of this guy? There he is. Dapper. All right. So I can't put this on screen because for some reason the morons who wrote this article have put a picture of the bullet impact on this. Agent Orange, I'll get to that. No problem. Just bear with me. So conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot on Wednesday during a Utah university in Orem. Kirk, 31-year-old CEO and co-founder of Turning Point USA, is hosting a Prove Me Wrong debate session under a white pop-up tent as part of his American comeback tour. While Kirk's condition... Okay, listen. Can we just learn about this guy? Here we go. George Hodgson Zinn was the elderly man who was arrested by police after Kirk was shot, which sparked rumors that he might be linked to his shooting. Earlier reports had named Michael Mallison a member of the Utah Democratic Party. However, reports now state that he was misidentified. Zinn, after being reportedly arrested on the scene, is currently in custody. Well, we know now that he's been released. But apparently he was a bit of a rascal, this guy, and was saying some pretty crazy things to warrant being arrested. I don't know how his trousers fell down. I mean, that was not a good look. Yesterday, when we ended the stream, there wasn't too much going on. But the main things that we have to focus on for me are this false flag of the shooter being arrested, then a second report of somebody being arrested later on, and now I wake up today and apparently we're still in an active manhunt situation. Now, do you all remember Tupac? Yeah? Remember Tupac? Do you remember how the most famous rapper in the world can be shot outside a Mike Tyson fight as the crowd's coming out and no one saw nothing? Same vibe. We're talking 3,000-4,000 university kids, mobile phones out. They're told the shooter's being caught. And you're telling me that not one of these people who was filming was like, oh, better get some rooftop shots, better do something. We've got some footage that we're going to look at, right? But how did no one see this guy running away? How does no one see this guy running away? I need someone to spell this out for me. 4,000 people with mobile phones. Man fleeing the scene from on top of a building. So he's either going to go down through the building or down the outside of the building, okay? Agreed? Or fly, okay? Those are the three options. So how? It doesn't make any sense. So we're going to watch some new stuff. Oh, hang on a second. I need to. Do you know how many people on YouTube have posted this man's unaliving? It's. Do you know? I seen it yesterday, and I kind of used the algorithm of convincing myself it might have been AI. What I seen, and I was okay with that. I was okay knowing what I'd seen, but being able to lie to myself that it was just a reenactment version of it. Oh, but it won't. It was not. It was not. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, let's have a look.
Let's bring in another eyewitness. Joining us now, reporter for the Desert.
Hang on, this is the eyewitness ones. We'll get to this. So there was a big update from the FBI. On USA Today. Let's get to it. Here we go. Oh yeah, could you talk any quieter? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this link because they are too quiet. Absolutely way too quiet. So then we had Donald. Okay, now Donald's had a pretty rough week. We had the absolutely atrocious unaliving of a Ukrainian refugee in America. We're going to cover that story, by the way, this weekend. On Saturday, I'll be doing as much as I can to cover the march that's taking place here. From here, though, sadly, I won't be going down there. Because I think something mad's going to happen. So let's listen to what Trump had to say, because he Trump ain't messing about.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven.
Can I ask, what are you guys saying is fake? Spell it out for me. Actually say the words that what you think is fake. Tell me what you think is fake. What's the fake AI video? What are you talking about? Y'all will fall for anything. What are you talking about? Come on. What looks like a deep fake? This looks like a deep fake. You're talking about this video being okay. Okay. Okay.
Prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young.
In saying that, though, right? If I was the president, I would probably have some like presidential app where like it's the only real part of this is my head, and I'm just recording it on my iPhone, and it splints them together. He's probably like living it up somewhere right now. Cocktail in one hand, bomb, presidential update in the other.
Beloved children and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world.
Now, we don't have to ban them. We don't have to ban them. It's not an echo chamber here. People are allowed to grow and change their mind and have Ron poke fun at them. It's all good. Okay? Don't take the bait.
We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared
the hands of Trump. He's 80 years old. Those are the hands of that hand there looks like the little guy's hand from frickin' Scary Movie. The mashed potato hand. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's 80 years old. He's an old man.
Wonderful Americans like Charlie to not.
America's voting system is mad, right? You should all just vote, count up the votes, and whoever gets the most votes wins. None of this like state swing pish. What?
And the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last
He's definitely reading a teleprompter. Obviously, they're all reading teleprompters.
year, which killed a husband.
If I had a teleprompter, do you not think I would have a teleprompter if I could afford a teleprompter? Have you heard the things I say? I'd actually be able to do a podcast, present something, and follow a narrative and not argue with my own brain.
Husband and father to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others. Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which
I imagine the death penalty thing ain't on the prompter.
Charlie Kirk lived and died. The values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Okay. So, president's response, pretty good response, I think. Oh God, please, please, please don't get me banned. 1 second, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Everybody's running away. Okay, we're not seeing anything happen. Nothing bad is happening. Everyone's fine. Okay, good. Right. So, new vision shows person running from rooftop after Charlie Kirk was shot dead. Where did he go? Oh yeah, I will say this right now. At no point will you ever see me showcasing any of the horrible things that happened to Charlie. Just to be clear. At no point ever will you have to worry that you're going to see any of that on my streams. Never going to happen.
Oh my God. Go, run.
Just look at the different variations of speed from this crowd. What the hell was that guy? Like that, this guy here, this guy right here, just chilling. Okay. So at this point, everyone is facing. So this must be before the shot, right? This looks like a standard happy crowd, right? Yeah, it must be. There's no way the shot's fired yet. Surely. Everyone, I'm going to sneeze. Oh God. Do you remember after Trump was shot and there was all this footage of people just walking around filming a dude lying prone and like climbing up the side of a building, right? Did the person filming this not see any of that? It kind of looks like someone lying prone. How did he get up there? Actually, where is that building? What building? What building? Hang on a minute. It's the one that's got the weird panels here. Is it this one? I think it's this one. I think those are the black rectangles, and that's the panel on the side there, possibly. Could be over here. I don't know.
That's a lot of people in Utah. We're going to be
Look at all the people.
here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Like, see if Charlie Kirk had been some radical, extreme individual. You know, you can think to yourself, oh, well, you know, crazy overstepped the line. But this man was the... Hell was that? That was weird. This man was the absolute embodiment of debate and standing by his morals, his views, his religion, everything. You know, I am not of the same religion as Charlie, but when I found my faith, I can relate to that being saved element. And it's just wild to think that for conversation and debate, this man is assassinated. And I thought we could like listen to some of the witness testimonies that have been recorded. And then I'm going to open up the panel to the public and you guys can come on and have your say as well. Actually, before we do that, there was something I wanted to look into with you guys. And apparently there was Kirk's assassination, a weapon found with inscriptions on ammo. Okay, yeah. So this is the quartering. This was the only place I've seen reporting on this. So I just want to see. Here we go. Where he's got this from. Because, and the reason that I'm saying this is I said this last night in my live stream last night. I'll be interested to see if any of the weapons or ammo has anything written on it. I said it last night.
Here's the post from Steven Crowder. All credit to his team. Again, he's the type of guy that can handle these tips. He's got lawyers, he's got all that kind of stuff. And so, I mean, who knows if this was ever going to get released to the public. This morning, my team received an email from an officer at the ATF. The email included a screenshot from what appears to be an internal message describing the weapon and cartridges located by the ATF and other law enforcement near the scene of where Charlie Kirk lost his life. Now, what's interesting is I'm guessing they must have left the weapon behind because there was only one shot. People initially said there was no cartridges recovered. That appears to be fake news. Quote, on September 10th, 2025 at 12:24 p.m., conservative political influencer Charlie Kirk was taken from us at Utah University in Orem, Utah. Mr. Kirk was speaking at the university as part of an American comeback tour. Multiple SLC 1 and 3 agents responded immediately. The suspect fired one shot from an elevated position on a rooftop in an adjacent building on the campus, and surveillance video shows the suspect jumping off and fleeing the area on foot. So we now know we have some surveillance footage. And I'm going to be, as soon as I can get my hands on that, I'm going to share that. Again, make sure you're on both of these channels because I'm publishing alternating videos here because it's hard to keep up with all the news that's breaking.
Big shout out to Portland, man. This guy, his schedule is mad, right? Talk about a grinder. So again, this is a post. Now, who the guy that it's come from, I will 100% back what is being said here about lawyers handling stuff like this, because this is the sort of stuff that will destroy your reputation instantly if you can't back it up. Do you know what I'm saying?
ATF and other law enforcement have located an older model imported Mauser 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle wrapped in a towel in a wooded area near the campus. So he had it wrapped in a towel and he ditched it.
Right, hang on a second.
The location of the firearm appears to match the suspect's route of travel. The spent cartridge was still chambered because it was bolt action. That's how they got it. In addition to 3 unspent rounds at the top feed of the rounds of the top feed magazine. All cartridges have engraved wording on them expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology.
Wow.
An emergency trace has been submitted by ATF SLC is working.
Now, to play devil's advocate here, we had there was a school shooting where there was photographical documented evidence of the individual who committed those atrocities writing things on the ammunition and on the magazines. Now, you could say, if you're a skeptic, that all you would need to do to mass trigger a lot of people is to say the same thing about the shooting that's just happened. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happened, because I don't believe that the person who's posted this would post this if he wasn't lawyered up and able to go, bosh, here is all the evidence. Thank you, Mary. My G. Thank you. I did, right? I hate it. I hate it. I hate being right when it comes to this stuff. But I'm telling you, man, it's all I can write you out how I think this is going to play out. It's not good.
Leads generated by this trace. The firearm and ammunition have been taken by the FBI for DNA analysis and fingerprint impressions. Upon completion of forensics, the firearm will be disassembled for additional importer information. Multiple people of interest have contacted, having contacted or detained because of eyewitness testimony and review of the video footage. The primary suspect is yet to be identified. ATF is assisting in the investigation with multiple other federal, state, and local partners, and the case is co-led by the FBI and Utah SBI.
Oh, damn.
And here is the screenshot.
Oh, there we go. All right, he's already whipped the receipts out. All right.
You can see it right here. It's real. It's from the Department of Justice, and it was.
All right, I'll back this, man. I'll back this. So, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? When we look at the grand scheme of tactical insurgent, assassination, and escaping without a trace, there's a great difference between a school shooter and a sniper assassination. And I don't believe for a second that this was anything other than a professional assassination. Anything at all other than a professional assassination. Now, devil's advocate time, right? Which side was it? Was it the side he was against, or was it the side that he was on? Because America have literally sprayed toxic chemicals over San Francisco just for banter in the 70s. The CIA was like, should we just see if a bunch of people die if we spray this? Okay. You got to understand those towers that fell down and how towers hadn't fallen down and they were reporting on them falling down. You understand the level of evil that the secret world government is willing to produce, right? So for me, a professional assassin has been hired to do a job, not to push a narrative. So why would the left professionally assassinate someone and then cover it in insignia that would incriminate their side further? Think about it. Okay? I'm not saying that's what's happened. I've just got ADHD and I need to say these things. Otherwise, it feels like my brain's melting. But what an absolute horror show of a tragedy. 31 years old. Two kids, wife. So messed up. So I just wanted to play that because that was the only place I'd seen reporting on this, which was on the quartering. Now, I was disgusted this morning when I woke up. And I want to show you the world that we live in. right? I want you all to understand that when we say govern and protect and police our own, protect your own, when we talk about this society that wants 55 different cultures to just live harmoniously with each other, right? This is what you get.
Breaking horror at Kirk's passing. Thousands of sick users also flooded social media to celebrate the passing of the co-founder of Turning Point USA. Disturbing reactions ranged from mocking memes to outright cheering.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on.
One user shared a video of herself dancing with a caption that read, "Charlie Kirk was just shot in the neck. This is cause for celebration." Others have shared images showing party balloons and memes with phrases like "rest in piss." The popular X account Libs of TikTok posted a disturbing compilation of people openly mocking Kirk's death. The post called out the deranged leftists as pure evil. Kirk was a father of two who boasted millions of followers.
Yeah, look at that woman in the eye, right? And laugh in her fucking face. I dare you. Because, you know, it's one thing, right? Making an anonymous Twitter account and shit posting and saying horrible stuff, right? It's quite another thing to film yourself in a state of visual ecstasy at 2 children and a wife having to watch the brutal assassination, right? Oh my God. I knew, do you know, Mac, I knew it was coming. 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 I didn't think it would be this soon. We'll play that at the end. We'll play that at the end. Thank you, Mac. Like, you see, my brain, right, it thinks about a lot of weird stuff. And I seen this post today. And this is the reaction of the kid who was asking Charlie a question at the moment of impact, right? You don't see anything horrible. But we talk about Charlie, we talk about his family, the great loss and all of it, right? But see out of that crowd, see this kid here. He had locked eyes. Locked eyes. I'd asked a question. And it's that moment of processing, you know? And it really upset me. It really, really upset me because you're there on college campus, high energy day. Charlie's on his 50 millionth time doing this. And for him to have locked eyes and then for that to have happened, you can look up this video yourself. I'm not going to play it. I'm not wanting to put this poor individual's harrowing moment. I need to mention it because it really affected me today when I seen this. It really did. Right, hang on a second. All right, so now we're on to the eyewitness stuff. Okay, so damn.
Deseret News, Eva Terry, she was at the event and saw the shooting. Eva, what happened?
Hi. So we were about 3 or 4 rows back. I was there with another reporter from the Deseret News, Emma Pitts. And the question had just come up about how many transgender shooters there had been. And they went back and forth. Charlie Kirk answered once. It was a student asking a question. He asked something else, and Charlie went to pick up the microphone to answer. And it looked like he was shot in the on the left side of his neck, there was a lot of blood, and he went limp and he started to fall backwards.
And did you see him? What happened in that immediate moment? He fell backwards. What happened then?
So a lot of the people, because we had been there early since around 9 a.m. We were interviewing lots of people just about the atmosphere. And
Hang on one second, everybody. I do apologize for pausing this. So you see those rows of fences? First row of fence and the second row of fences, right? That's where that kid was standing. Like, what is that? 12 feet? 15 feet, maybe?
audience initially thought it was a firecracker.
There you go. Imagine that head there is where that kid would have been.
It was really light sound, and so then something was obviously wrong. Everyone dropped to the ground, and then we ran off, cowered there for about probably 30-40 seconds. Saw the coast was, well, I don't know if we definitely did not think it was clear, but we ran off to get shelter in another part of the building. We hid under a desk and just contacted our editors.
The university says somebody's in custody. Did you see that person?
So from the people we had talked to earlier, we found them again afterwards, and they had gotten video of the police taking off this man who looked like he was in his probably late 60s, an older man wearing
in his late 60s, aye? Is that what he looked like, aye?
a uniform, and that's who they took into custody, but we're not sure if he was the person who was shot. I don't think that's confirmed yet.
There's a lot of police activity behind you, a lot of uniformed officers, a lot of people.
I've got some questions about what happened to the guy in the wheelchair. Okay. Like, did a miracle happen and that guy just ran his ass to safety?
In a military uniform as well. What is happening there on campus right now?
I think they've evacuated all of the students. I talked to another student he was in biology class, and everyone was forced to leave. So they've taken pretty much everyone out. There's a lot. I don't know if you can see all of the stuff going on behind me.
There's nothing going on behind you, love. Okay. How does a man get on a roof, right? How does a man get on a roof in front of 3,000 or 4,000 people that are outside? There's footage of a man apparently lying down. There's a assassination. The guy who filmed the thing where he thought he was lying down, he's clearly zoomed in on it, didn't think what to film again. I just don't get it. How does he escape? Is he still in the building? Because other than like genuinely Superman launching himself into the air, how is he getting out the building? You know, Trump's assassination, it was like a 20-foot high barn or something, you know? The guy brought his own ladder, to put it in perspective. This is big boy buildings. There's no ladder. You know what I'm saying? So where did he go?
Yeah, I do see that.
Do you know what? I'm going to take that.
So campus has been evacuated. After it happened,
definitely wasn't a drone at all that done it. Definitely wasn't a AI controlled assassin drone. Okay, because I'm just saying, why would you send a person?
How quickly did people realize that they didn't witness a firecracker? They witnessed a shooting.
How about anybody that is going to do anything outside like this ever again, just get one of these drones, okay? Because I'm telling you now, if someone was on the ground flying a drone about like this during this, they might have went, oh, look at that. There's a freaking man on the roof with a pew-pew. I mean,
how quickly did people realize that they didn't witness a firecracker? They witnessed a shooting.
the people I had talked to, the students I had talked to afterwards, thought that it had been a firecracker. But everyone dropped. Everyone knew something was wrong immediately, because you look up and Charlie Kirk is gone. He's fallen.
How are the students doing now?
We saw people crying. It's really shaken a lot of people up, because a lot of the girls we had talked to before and guys were freshmen, underclassmen, and they were just there really excited to see a podcaster that they really liked.
Yes, Missy, exactly like that movie.
But people are scared.
Okay, listen, I interviewed the former FBI and former special operations dude for America who specializes in weaponized drones. I interviewed him. The interview is on this channel. Trust me, you know nothing. Okay? Like when you see the duct taped drones from the Ukraine, okay, that's where a lot of us get our tactical drone knowledge from, right? We're talking about there are drones now that are being developed for sweeping rooms that are tiny, that fire 9mm rounds. Okay. Like you've got to, okay. You get.
Do you think it's going to change habits? Do people feel like they're going to be able to go to events like
That's not me speculating, by the way. That's the former FBI special agent dude whose whole career is specializing in this stuff, telling me about it on this channel when I believed him, when I interviewed him.
this openly in the future?
I'm sure UV will have a lot more security going forward to events.
You're going to continue
Metal
to be
detectors, maybe.
incredibly disappointed in me. Okay, please don't come and ever try and push your faith on me. I've met my God. I'm not a blind faith supporter of religion. I respect all of your religions and I believe all the gods exist. But yeah, you're going to be very disappointed. I'm a very proud pagan, practicing pagan witch. So you can all just deal with it.
We got word that Charlie was there with one of his children. Did you see if that was the case?
His child was not on the stand with him. He didn't bring him up or introduce that he was there. So I didn't see him. He wasn't broadcasted.
Let's hope he wasn't there. Eva, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry you had to witness that. I know you're a reporter, but no.
It's unreal, man. Like nobody that was there will ever be the same again.
Stanley is one of them. He is a pitcher for the UVU baseball team.
This is one of the students now being interviewed.
Where were you in relation to Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, I was more towards the back left of the courtyard, kind of looking left side towards his tent. So.
And what did you see?
I don't know what interview you're talking about, mate.
I saw, at one moment, me and my buddies having a good time, just listening to what was going on. And then we just saw it. We heard a loud shot, a loud bang. And then I saw his body actually in slow motion kind of fall over. So
there were others who said that they saw blood on his neck. Did you see that?
I think we were a little too far up for me to see blood, but I did see his body look sort of lifeless going down.
And when that happened, then what was the next thing that you witnessed?
There were people just rushing. I was doing all I could to help him out, get him out. And just bodies everywhere.
Was there anyone rushing the stage to help Charlie Kirk?
My focus wasn't really on the stage. It was more on.
You were worried about getting people out.
Yes, sir.
You were with some friends.
Yep.
You've had a chance now to process it, talk about it. What are you saying? What are your thoughts about what happened here?
America just needs God. I pray really hard for Charlie and his family, but in conclusion, America needs God, and we need to come to a resolution with all this stuff. So, and I think we can put our faith in God, and we'll be better.
Was there pandemonium there?
It's a good way to describe it. Yeah, it was crazy. There's just bodies going everywhere, everyone running, fleeing the scene. So,
any of you also there in the crowd? You were in the crowd? You're okay. What's your name?
I'm Maddox.
Maddox.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just wild. It really is wild. And like, I'm going to open up the panel. What time is it? 6:15. I'm going to open up the panel in about 15 minutes, and you guys can come on, have your say, because it's just such a hardcore event that's taken place. And I just know it's going to be layers and layers of cover up and conspiracy and madness. And there's no way in hell you're ever going to convince me that this was just some dude who got upset one day. It's not going to happen. Maybe if there's like a full publication of like the last 12 months of this guy vlogging his entire plan and mission and all of that, maybe then. But I said this yesterday, right? If this had just been some vigilante, it would have made way more sense. But in saying that, you would have got caught. I suppose if you're a vigilante and you don't want to go to jail, you have to snipe it. I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. I don't believe for a second that this is just some, well, I'm going to sneeze again. Some crazed lunatic. Oh man. I just can't. I can't get behind that narrative. You know. But then who's behind it? Yeah, Ashley, you know, we just showed the report that was read out by the quartering, going over that exact thing. I'll play it again. It's only a minute or so long of him reading it. Stephen Crowder, and he shows the receipts at the end, but we'll go over it again.
Quote, on September 10th, 2025 at 12:24 p.m., conservative political influencer Charlie Kirk was taken from us at Utah University in Orem, Utah. Mr. Kirk was speaking at the university as part of an American comeback tour. Multiple SLC 1 and 3 agents responded immediately.
Oh, you're good, mate. You're good. That's a good point to bring up.
The suspect fired.
Ashley, here's the real mind one for you. If this was an assassination by the left, why would they then put left extremism stuff on? Just is it to start civil unrest? Was the school shooting not enough? Maybe. But that feels like the more of the tactic of the people that are in power, to force people to attack them rather than it be the other way around, I feel. So the big question mark for me is, if this is actually on that ammunition, does it not make more sense for the people on his side to have done this, and they're trying to frame the other side? I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not saying that that's what's happened. I'm just neurodiverse, and my brain will produce 10,000 possibilities and outcomes on anything you say to me, whether I want it to or not, and that one stood out.
One shot from an elevated position on a rooftop in an adjacent building on the campus, and surveillance video shows the suspect jumping off and fleeing the area on foot. So we now know we have some surveillance.
Jumping off that building? Like...
footage. And I'm going to be, as soon as I can get my hands on that, I'm going to share that. Again, make sure you're on both of these channels, because I'm publishing alternating videos here, because it's hard to keep. Model imported Mauser 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle wrapped in a towel in a wooded area near the campus. So he had it wrapped in a towel and he ditched it. The location of the firearm appears to match the suspect's route of travel. The spent cartridge was still chambered because it was bolt action. That's how they got it. in addition to 3 unspent rounds at the top feed of the rounds of the top feed magazine. All cartridges have engraved wording on them expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. An emergency trace has been submitted by ATF SLC as working leads generated by this trace. The firearm and ammunition have been taken by the FBI for DNA analysis and fingerprint impressions. Upon completion of forensics, the firearm will be disassembled for additional importer information. Multiple people of interest have having contacted or detained because of eyewitness testimony and review of the video footage. The primary suspect is yet to be identified. ATF is assisting in the investigation with multiple other federal, state, and local partners, and the case is co-led by the FBI and Utah SBI. And here is the screenshot.
Can Texas just hurry up and just like liberate their own state and become their own country, right? And maybe that'll like start a chain reaction in America, because I can tell you something else. Do you know what else this feels like? This feels like the next best thing to assassinating one of Trump's kids. Like if you were, insert whatever villain you want into this, the lefts, some, I don't know, whatever villain, insert it there, right? This feels like a deeply personal slap in the face to Trump. Or a complete setup by Trump's administration to further push civil unrest and division. Could be either, because I don't know anything. I'm just a guy on the internet talking. But at this stage, we can't just pretend that the world's a nice place and everyone's off the hook until we know more information. Because I'm going to be honest. When I seen the footage of Charlie, I have never in my life seen what's inside us exit us at such a fast pace. It was really terrifying. Was it the luckiest off-target headshot ever? Was it the most accurate, like, evil sniper shot ever? It was just horrific. And I just don't know where this is going to end up, people. I don't know where this is going to lead us all. Because Charlie had a big voice. He had a big following. But there's people who stood with Charlie who are bigger, if not bigger than Charlie, who have massive voices too now. And they are very much not leftist woke liberals. Ron's in the CIA. Oh man, could you? It would be way too stressful. Way too stressful being in the CIA. Way too stressful. I'm going to get drunk at some point and tell someone within a week. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'm only going to join or be a spy if I can use that as some sort of clout gathering swavery. You know what I'm saying? Like how Bond done it. You know what I'm saying? Freaking too much pressure, man. Too much pressure. The minute I seen anything alien related, I'd be like, oh, I gotta tell someone. I'm telling you, it'd be so bad. It'd be like the same if I was a policeman. I would steal everyone's narcotics and money. that would be all I would do all day. Okay? I'd kick your door in. I'd be like, narcotics and money, please. Bye. And that would be my job. Okay? I know my limits. I know how corruptible I would be. Because it's the criminals. The criminals. The criminals. Who cares? No one cares. What are they going to do? Phone the police and be like, oh, Ron came round again and took all my narcotics and my money. No. Because then I'll arrest you. Ha! See? Power trip. I couldn't do it. Okay. So there was a lot of YouTubers making compilations and reacting to the horrible ways people have reacted to what's happened. And I sort of started talking about this earlier because it's absolutely one thing to be a troll on the internet, make a fake account, say a bunch of horrible crap, and be safe in the veil of anonymity, okay, of a throwaway account. Do you know how mad you need to be? Oh, double agent. Yeah, I could do that too if I was in the CIA. 100%. I'd be working for the UK, then the US, then Russia, and then I'd turn up to the Koreas and be like, who wants me, baby? And we'll see which one takes me. Now, it's quite another thing.
To gaslight you and say,
to just film yourself, and then put it on in 2025. I might add, in 2025, to film yourself and just put it on the internet, celebrating that 2 children and a wife have lost the rock of their family. And I couldn't believe it. Because it's one thing, I knew Twitter was going to be a train wreck. Because it's Twitter. But this.
For the gifts that we are being given right now. How great is this day? Oh my God, please let him be dead. Please let him be dead. Please let him be dead. Please let him be dead.
What? Like, see, if you walked past her in the street, you'd be like, oh, normal lady. But inside her brain, mental. Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen anyone from my political stance, religious stance, cultural stance say anything about this after someone's done. Maybe Bin Laden and Saddam. Okay. This is.
Charlie Kirk got shot. Pride comes before destruction. Let me repeat that for you. Pride comes before destruction. You think it's funny to laugh at a man's downfall? Wait until God humbles you. Humble yourself now, because there will be divine consequences for your actions.
I heard he was debating gun control when it happened. Like he was like doing his thing of like, hey, mass shootings are cool because, you know, we need guns. And then
that video was a lot, but all I could think about, how did that other motherfucker miss? Last year, how did you miss? I don't understand. That's how that, and I've said it since it happened. I think that last assassination attempt was staged. Okay,
I'm absolutely sick of this racial double standard crap that has manifested over the last couple of years, and I don't give a I really don't care what your opinions of how I feel about an oppressive narrative that is being pushed upon people that look like me. Okay. And some of you might say, hey, it's about time. Sure. Let's see how it all works out. I
don't believe it. And seeing that video of that man getting Swiss cheese let me know that that other man specifically aimed at his
They are evil. You need to look at this woman. You all need to stare her in the eye and try and find some way of humanizing her in your brain, because I cannot compute what I'm seeing right now. Okay? I can't compute it. Like, it was funny when it was people shaving their hair and crying because Trump got elected. Funny, right? This, who gathers on the internet and celebrates a non-violent, peaceful individual's assassination? Hell's going on? What is
here? That's all I'm saying.
His wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine, you know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad fucking die.
For those guys who don't know,
do you know what, Audrey? In this situation, oh yeah, the people's reactions, yes, 100%. Yes, sorry, I thought you meant the shooter. I was going to be like, this is normal human reaction that you're seeing here. So, people who want to act like there's a war going on, okay, and an evil general from the opposition was just taken out. I want you to line up all of the left people, the left, far left individuals, line them up against the wall, and then line up the opposition. There is a serious difference in when the boiling point bottles over. You're going to see leftists who are individuals popping up and doing something crazy. When the other side decides to slap back, it's not just going to be one person. Like, people are understanding this, right? It's coming to a head. America, Australia, Canada, Britain, France, Italy. It's coming to a head. I'm telling you, man, it is coming. I guarantee you, as soon as the global race war kicks off, alien spaceship in the sky, and then none of us care. Boom. It's all about the alien spaceship. Guaranteed. I'm calling it now.
Who this is?
Anyway, people talking and saying stuff. It's been shocking to see the horrific, twisted responses from people. But it's also been vastly dampened out by the hordes of tributes, the individuals who they just want to share the sadness and trauma of what has happened. Oh yeah, like the maths don't add up, Ashley. Do you know what the problem is, right? We don't know where any of them are. Okay, that's really the main problem. Let's be honest. You know, the real evil ones know to have their mansion at the top of like a half-mile tall cylinder that no one can climb up. And like, that's the smartest move. You know, they're going to be in some sky palace madness. Do you know what I'm saying? Because 99% of the world versus 1%. What? If that was bowls of cereal, which one are you picking? Right? One cornflake, 99 cornflakes are pish. No one cares about them. But it's true. But the problem is, the people, I said this the other night, see, and I use this as an analogy, the human beings that were the human beings that crossed America in the wagons as opposed to waiting 6 or 7 months for the railways to be finished, right? and they travel across America. There's 300 of them, and then 7 or 8 of them survive. Those breed of human beings got outbred by the dumb wet wipes that waited for the train. Okay? You see what I'm saying? We just pumping away in our comfy houses, just slamming our wives while the badasses are out there braving the freaking Alaskan winter and that. What? Just wait for the train, you moron. Anyway, those people, sadly, are few and far between. And never before have we been more organized, more in touch with each other, more capable of liberation, revolution, all of it. But, you know, I just bought a new telly, you know. Oh, got 2 weeks in Portugal with a wife and kids. You know, society's been set up so that you can care vocally, but you are completely suffocated with what you can do physically. Definitely not by design. I'm telling you, man, this all started with the Romans and their, ooh, let's do mass farming. Shut up, Romans! Stupid! But thanks for like the sewers and that and the roads. They're pretty cool. I'm telling you, man. All right, let's move on. So I'd very much like to play some videos that are nice, that are tributes. There are some of Charlie's funny moments, best moments, all of that, because hell yeah. I don't know if this is one of them, but we're going to play it.
There is no doubt in my mind that Charlie Kirk is in heaven tonight, and here's why.
You a Christian, by any chance?
Very, very much so.
Like, why is that exactly?
Jesus saved my life. I'm a sinner, gave my life to Christ, most important decision I ever made.
So you believe the Bible is real?
Yes, I believe the Bible is true and real.
Why is that?
Well, I could give you the technical answer. There's never been an archaeological discovery that has contradicted the truth of the Bible. And then, of course, the wisdom. There is not a truth of the Bible that if you apply to your life does not improve dramatically. And then finally, we have the most accurate and transparent, historically robust account that one can have of the most important figure ever to live in the history of the world, Jesus of Nazareth. And the resurrection is the pinpoint of my belief that Jesus did rise from the grave so that we may live.
What makes Christian mythology real?
So that's not mythology, but that is theology. If Genesis 1:1 and the resurrection is true, anything in the Bible is possible. You're looking at the greatest miracle. The greatest miracle is creation. And then the fact that Jesus rose from the dead. And I say, how do you know that Jesus rose from the dead? Well, show me another historical piece of a story where so many people willingly died a brutal death for a lie. Every single person around him had everything to lose, and yet they went to the absolute death, from Paul to Peter to the half-brother of James, saying that Jesus is Lord, Jesus rose from the dead. Not to mention, if you were going to fake a story, you would not use female witnesses in the ancient world. In the scriptures, it said that the women were the first one to see Jesus Christ. If you're trying to fake a story, you would never do that.
I swear to God, if my mate John Wedger heard somebody talking like this in real life, he would like be fanboying out hard right now. Okay, he'd be like flipping tables and being like, "Yeah, Jesus!" Do you know what I'm saying? And again, I've got a big respect for the individual that is Jesus. The entire religion that formed around him, though, I've got some questions about that. But Jesus is a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's exactly what a modern God should emulate after thousands and 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 thousands of years of absolute human horrors. Okay? Like, do you want to talk about the Dark Ages one day? Because it is pretty messed up. It is pretty messed up. The Dark Ages, mate. Like, and do you know what's really suspicious? Do you know what? We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. Dark Ages. Pretty bad. Let's move on to some more of these sort of tribute-y things. Oh, this was one of my favorite clips.
You call me a white supremacist. What evidence do you have that I'm a racist?
I was just literally watching a video of you talking about whiteness as a whole, talking about whiteness as a...
This is a dangerous narrative that is being toxically injected into the youth, into the weak-minded, into the lost, okay? At no point... Nope, we're not going to say that.
concept, okay? And you were trying to explain how white privilege doesn't exist.
Correct, it doesn't.
You are a white man. How do you know?
What can a white person do that a black person can't do?
Black applicants to jobs are 50% less likely to get jobs if they have a black sounding name.
That's not even close to being true. That's not even close to being true.
That is a literal.
In fact, it's the opposite.
I'm not going to argue your lived experience. I'm not going to. No.
See, now you have to listen to him under your rules because a black person is going to say you're wrong.
I am. He can say I'm wrong. I know.
Come on up to the mic.
I know. I read your.
My name's Keemon Dixon. I have a really black name. Please tell me how 50% of my internships have been denied when I've worked for Senator Mike Lee, Mayor Trent Sachs, Speaker Mike Schultz.
Hold on.
I worked for a Congressman, Burgess Owens. I've actually worked on his campaign. I've worked on the campaigns of John Huntsman Jr. Please tell me how my black experience and my black name has not given me. Go ahead.
Too good. Too good. Now, this one, okay, is truly awesome. Okay. Now, you often hear me busting America's chops. Okay. For just so everyone knows, I have like blood relatives in America. My father, my brothers, my sister-in-laws, you know, I've got there's genuine, not like second cousins or whatever, like legit blood relatives. So I bust America's chops a lot because you've been in existence for about 5 seconds. There's pavements outside that aren't even a big deal that are way older than your country, right? So I bust your chops a lot, okay? And it's out of love, don't worry. But you know what's really sad is what you're about to hear from Charlie, and now looking at the situation that we're in the UK, and how the standards that this man's about to talk about are the cultural standards that we are watching be eradicated through this slow invasion and French tourists. Have a listen to this.
From my perspective, Britain is one of the greatest countries in the history of the world. You were the country of Shakespeare, the steam engine, and Adam Smith. You defeated Napoleon. You destroyed the slave trade. You stood up to Hitler. My country, America, became great as it is because of what we inherited from you, from Britain. When I hear the slogan, "Make America Great Again," I'm also hearing, quote, "Return America to its British roots." Great Britain has everything in the world to be proud of. But when I look at Britain today, I see a country where the ruling elites are in a race to abandon the very values, the values that made them so great in the first place. From my perspective, Britain is one of the greatest.
Absolutely knocked it out the park, right? Knocked it clean out the park. Now, there's no way that that could have been something that worked against him, right? Because if he's rallied a movement in America and he's now saying things to try and rally us up, like, can't have that if you're a crazy world elite. You can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine Prince Charles sitting there going, blah, 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 King Charles, blah, 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 who is this man? Blah, blah. What is he saying about blah, blah, blah? Dunzo? Push the big red button. The big, like, the head bust of Queen Elizabeth, pulls it back, slaps the big red button. 4'2" SAS members come sliding down a pole. Do you know what's really, like, I said this yesterday. This guy looks completely at home in a tuxedo and a suit or a t-shirt and a hat. And he doesn't look like he's trying to fake it. I don't feel like he's trying to be relative or approachable when he wears a t-shirt and dresses down for the Prove Me Wrong events. Because he was able to connect with people that in a way that is very rare. You know, the youth, the elite, and the politicians and the levels up above the average society would pay attention to this man, and he was uniting people. The world's not got a very good track record, right? when men say things and start uniting the world. Okay, worked super well for John Lennon. Went real well for him. Super swell. You know, and women too. You know, Virginia Giuffre. We're going to be covering this because one individual at the corner of the biggest human transportation blowing the lid off of a case that is entwined with the British royal family, allegedly, suddenly unalives herself the same year that an individual who is rallying and uniting people under the traditions that a country was founded on. I mean, you could even just say it back to basics. He's just trying to do a factory reset on the mobile phone that is the United States. Nothing wrong with that. Because I said this yesterday. The countries where you can stand and burn that country's flag in the street and spit on the name of the nation that you are residing in. Do you know how many people had to die and bleed for your ability to do that? You know, I have never seen so many people in my country stop and think as I have in the last sort of year. When it comes to the French tourists, when it came to those 3 little girls losing their life at a dance school. This country has just hired an individual of the same extreme faith as the French tourists to be the head of MI5. I wish I could go back in time to the meeting that happened in a cave where this whole plan was put together. Because modern politicians and greed have facilitated, but this is... Someone's brought this plan to the table, okay? And it's been accepted. And I don't know what's going on. And I'm really getting sick and tired of it. And if any of yous are billionaires or millionaires and would like to heavily invest in somebody who believes in freedom, patriotism, and the fundamental things that founded the countries we stand upon, and we put those legal members of that country. I don't care if you're born here or you came here last week because you went through all of the proper channels to get here. You are all included. Doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are. You want to back somebody who will burn before he is corruptible or buckles. I'm your guy. You know, a couple of mil. Once I get the initial, I've got £2 million in the bank out my system, and I waste a couple of 100,000 on a mad week, like a mad 10-day bender, right? And then I get back to the office after those 10 days, straight to business. Layer cake. You seen the layer cake? That's what we'll aim for. Yes. So if anyone knows any billionaires, please forward this clip from here. My links are in the description. Super awesome. Thank you very much. Now, have I got anything else before we open up the panel? Let's open up the panel. Let's get you guys on here. Let's put this gentleman back up here. Now, I'm going to do a couple of tests with the panel because I don't really want anyone that I don't know having the ability to put their camera on. Oh, whose gran's got money? Lilith, get your gran out. Lilith, give your gran a text. Have a whip round, okay? We can do this. If everybody in America, right, was to sell one jar of jam for $5, and then 357 million Americans send me $5, we're nailed it. We've nailed it, mate. I've nailed it. We've nailed it. I'll forward this to myself. Ashley, I identify as a billionaire too, mate, and it doesn't have the same impact, sadly. Oh yeah, don't worry. We'll get to Tom's song. Saving that for the end. So Tom McDonald, y'all know how we feel about Tom McDonald. Literally had a song out within 4 hours of the Trump assassination attempt. Has written a song for Charlie, and we all knew it was coming. So I'm going to play that at the end for everybody. Wink. Now, this is going to be one of those days where no one comes to join me, isn't it? And I'm just going to look like the loser on the internet who nobody wants to talk to. I swear to God, I will never post this link again. Writing on the cartridge seems a tad. Well, listen, SB. So if we're going to say it was a leftist extremist who done the attack, I don't believe it was a lone gunman. I believe it was a professional hit. So if the left supported side put out a professional hit, allegedly, why would they further want to incriminate themselves? It's usually the side that's the winning side that would try and incriminate the other side so that the already more powerful side could then attack the lesser powerful side. I refer you to Poland in the 40s and a fire that took place. Ashley, you don't have to be on camera. Don't worry. Now, it doesn't even matter who did it. It's the effect. That Patrick's getting deep. All right. He's got that Norwegian DNA. Okay. Where like Norwegians are just on a different level with processing and then giving actual grown-up sentences about how we should tackle things. And I don't know if you're Norwegian, but I'm just saying. It is the effect. And my God, what a target, what an effect, what an absolute atrocity. I'm just telling you, man. Close enough. Good job. Nice. I can't believe this guy's gone. I can't believe his wife and his kids have woke up today in the aftermath of all of this. You know? Also, just going to throw out there was 3 GoFundMe started for that dude that stabbed that Ukrainian girl in the neck on the train. And there's a slew of, how do we pronounce this? Black murderers who have had GoFundMe set up for them. Now, can we get our heads round, first of all, the school shooting and the praising of the unaliving of Christian children? Now, listen to me very carefully. I'm not a Christian, but my God, when the big religious war starts, I will be happily tag teaming with the Christians until it comes down to me and the Christians, and then I'm going to use my mind bullets on those who do not, bend the knee to my God. No, I'm kidding. But I've taken myself on a side quest again. Yeah. I'm okay with the fact that I live in a Christian country. I'm okay with Easter. I'm totally cool with Christmas. I'm cool with all of it. I'm totally down to celebrate with you Christians and go, I really enjoy being part of your religion and culture. I'm enjoying learning about it. I'm enjoying being part of your world and appreciating it and respecting it. I love that. I love that shizzle. Do you know how much I want to go to a Diwali celebration? Right? It just looks freaking awesome. What's happening, Freebie?
Yes, my mate. How you doing?
I'm doing good, son. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Been better.
Yeah, good. Well, listen, what's your take on all this? Like, where are you landing on this?
I'm heartbroken. I am absolutely heartbroken for him. He's got such a young family.
Yeah.
He's young himself. He was 31, man.
31, bro. Like,
31.
do you know how
I'm only
much stuff? Do you know how much crazy crap I've said in my 44 years, right? And
Ron, this literally what I was about to say. I'm 38 myself, and I can't even fit, mate. I was playing with my dick at 31. Like,
mate, I couldn't get my, because Shane, one of the producers for the channel, he phoned me and he was like, dude, freaking Charlie Kirk's been shot. And I'm like, who's Charlie Kirk? I'm not a names guy. Like, I remember every face, forget every name. And he's like, you know who Charlie Kirk is. So as soon as I Googled it, I was like, whoa. Because I knew him as like, I knew his content. I never really knew how massive he was as an icon of a movement, if you will. But I've been watching him for years.
Yeah. Well, I got onto him probably about 2 years ago. Someone put me onto him. And to be honest with you, I've watched loads of his debates. It's that Oxford one I love because he gives such a fair example of who he is.
Yeah.
He always gave you the opportunity to talk, to bring your problem to the table, and always debate it before if he could shut you down, he'd shut you down. That was his job, wasn't it? You know what I mean? That's how he gets his views. But he always gave you the time, the space, the energy to do your piece, and then he'd come in however he'd come in. And that's what I respect so much about him, because not a lot of people do that.
Well, you see it happening now where crowds of people protesting, gathering, screaming, shouting at each other. There's no conversation happening there. There's just boiling point, edging closer to boiling point. And like I say, Charlie had said, the minute we stop talking is when violence occurs. And
well, look at all the protests now. Look at the violence going on between it. It's not a protest no more. It's sheer anger. It's hate. It's violence.
It's just the beginning. I'm telling you, man. It's really. We had a former Scottish politician from the Glasgow region of Pollock, right, who has made a YouTube campaign about how Scotland's national flag shouldn't be used as a passive-aggressive tool to fuel hate. What, mate? How about we use that flag of Scotland to represent every single individual that is legally part of this nation? How about that? How about we do that? And the rest of you can suck your mums.
That same flag that we've used for fucking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years to represent that exact same thing, we are now not allowed to use to represent that one thing.
Yeah, no one talks about Britain and ending slavery, right? No one talks about that, right?
Yeah.
They just no one talks about that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's look at Napoleon.
Yeah, it's
not enough.
Do you know what you should actually do? Is just go and look up the history of slavery, because I mean, white people were late to the party. I'm just going to say we were not the founding fathers of this.
And then when you're there, and when you get to the end of it, we'll have our apology because we were nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah, no, you can ram your apology. I couldn't give a goddamn rat's ass. Okay, I couldn't give a rat's ass. Like all of these people that think I've got something to do with what happened hundreds of years ago. Suck your mums. How about that? How about that? Exactly. Honestly, it just blows my freaking mind. It really, really does.
Do you know what I found really heartbreaking on this topic, Ron?
Yeah.
I've got my mate looking after my dogs at the minute and mine. And where he works, he was telling me last night, literally his whole work is left. And they celebrated this. Once they found out they'd been shot, let alone passed away.
Oh, wow.
They celebrated this in work. That's how disturbing and sick and disgusting this has gone.
It's crazy. And you know, when they refer to things as the left and the right, you don't really pay much attention to. You're like, well, how bad can the left and the right be? It's one side or the other, right? It can't be that bad. And then when you actually start peeling away the label, do you know what I'm saying? It's like a really horrendous disease that they give a really placid name to. Do you know what I mean? So it's scary. It's a scary mindset. It's a scary ideology and movement. Really, it really is.
It is. It's worrying. It's worrying what's to come as well, because look, before Trump got in, they were trying to shoot him. This is one of Trump's boys who was up and down the country doing a lot for free speech. They've got him.
This is the best thing next to shooting one of Trump's kids.
Yeah,
like
that's exactly how I seen it. I was like, you might as well have just gone for the drug. Like
Scottish Ron swearing in Italian gets me. Hey, love that. Ron's half Italian, half that. Ron's a complete mongrel. I was born in Scotland, but I'm Polish, Irish, Italian. I'm an absolute mess. So yeah, my whole lineage.
I just wanted to call so you weren't hanging dry. But I just want to say, I can say hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for all your love. Well, I'm currently doing what I'm doing in hospital. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, dude. Well, I hope you're doing okay.
I'm telling you now, guys, do not leave checks alone. Go and get your checks done. Honestly, smallest of pains in your chest, in your back or anything, it can be nothing, but it can be something so serious. Just don't leave it alone. Go and get it checked.
Oh, now I feel like I need to go and like fucking do a full personal check.
Do you want to have a little look? There's my lung.
That's your lung.
That's all. Yeah. Basically, what's happened is my lungs collapsed. So that's all like half my lung had collapsed. So that's all like the air and the overflow and stuff. And they've had to drain it to refill my lung.
Mate, man's just pure walking about like, see this? Boom, that's my lung. Little freaking like
little bucket,
little accessory. Do you know what I'm saying? Damn. So like what? So your lung collapsed. They put a wee like drainage system in. You're just
got like a mad. I don't know if you can see me here. I don't know if this is YouTube friendly.
Do you know what? It might not be, but do you know what's crazy? Like, how mad is modern medicine? Like, we're talking to a man. We're talking to a man that has got plumbing installed in his body, right? He's sitting on the internet chatting away like everything's absolutely fine. He's got freaking like medical Lego coming out the side of him, and it's just wild. It is. Mate, it was a point in time, mate. It was a point in time where we used to die from tooth infections. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, what happened to little Jimmy? Oh, he got an abscess, dead. Do you know what I mean? Wild, man, just wild. Well, look, I hope you get a swift recovery.
Thank you very much, Ron.
Yeah, I wish you all the best. You're like everything's good, right? You just recover. Is it recovery?
Yeah, I'm just recovering. Honest to God, I've got no pain or nothing. It was mad.
Oh man, you must have nightmares about spilling that bucket. Like, honestly, I would be so aware of where that bucket is. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I really would.
Like that. Don't touch the bucket.
It'd be like checking your passport every 2 minutes, like at the airport when you're about to board a flight. I'd be like, "Where's the bucket?" Okay, we're good. Well, get better soon, brother. And thanks for coming and saving me from being.
No, thank you very much, Ron, and thank you for your time.
You too, brother. Take it easy. Peace. All right, so I've got a royal mess with the wonderful Royal Mess crew in half an hour, and I may take this opportunity to go and have some food before that, because that would probably be a good idea. So please like and subscribe. Please share. We know what the rifle was. We know what the caliber was. We've got a location of the shooter. We've seen public reaction. We've heard the FBI's response. We've heard Donald Trump's response. I'm going to be following this. I'm going to be following this because this is one of the worst things that I've seen happen in a long time. And I ain't going to let it lie. Oh, the questions asked at the beginning. I already have forgotten the questions asked at the beginning. Ron, hang on a minute. Ron commented about a type of diversion the White House needs. Well, look, I 100% could put together a narrative where the Trump administration organized all of this as a huge distraction. I'm not saying I believe that, but at this stage, I could quite happily put together a debatable narrative for that. But in the same way, I could do that for any possible suggestion that anyone makes. Also, this guy, do you remember that picture of the guy that was meant to be the time traveler, right? And was like standing in a photograph with a t-shirt and the glasses and the camera. Why? It's a twin brother right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be following this. Like I'll be even, it might be 15 or 20-minute lives, just reporting on daily updates. It might be larger, longer shows. I'm not going to milk it and drag stuff out if there's not stuff to talk about. But 4,000 witnesses with mobile phones standing outside where an aerial shooter who apparently jumped off the building. Did he? Sound. All right. Sound. That's what happened, guys. It was a crazy trans activist vigilante. It was a vigilante, okay, who just so happens to have the gift of flight. The gift of flight. So listen, I will see you all. Where the hell is the button gone? There it is. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to play you guys out with this. Let me just boost the sound for you guys. Oh, no, I don't think I can. I think it'll echo. I'll see you guys at 7:30 for a royal mess. I'm going to play these out with this Tom McDonald tribute to Charlie. If it's not here and you're watching this back as a video, it got copyright claimed and I had to cut it out. So much love to you all. See you soon.
Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. And I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives. The patriots ain't dangerous. Woke people are the terrorists. They shot and killed the father, sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Dear Charlie, I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window, I sure hope you're looking down. Cause we ain't going quiet, we gon' scream your name loud. And you're gone, but I swear to God that we gon' make you proud. We ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men tried to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us, but good men die for the things that they say. And I can't just be quiet, so I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day. Killed in cold blood for having a discussion, and liberals are celebrating murder like it's justice. You didn't kill a villain or the evil that it comes with. You killed a father and a husband. And I'm so tired of the left and all the wokery. We can't get along if you just kill us when we don't agree. Sniper rifle fire from a liberal that no one sees. Scared I might be next to die when I'm just buying groceries. Charlie, we'll make sure your children know that defending all our freedom is why you aren't coming home. I hope heaven has a window you can watch your children grow and hear your message echo from below. And we ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us, but good men die for the things that they say. And I can't just be quiet, so I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day.